did bring
Good evening. As the sun is setting, this is Citizens Minutes 26th edition. My name is Robert Wilkins. It was another gorgeous Monday on the plains of Auburn as we celebrated Labor Day. There was a total of 4 speeches given during the Auburn August 19th council meeting by only 2 citizens. Unfortunately for the council, I gave 3 of the 4 speeches. Help, citizens. I'm calling you to share your wisdom during our city council meetings concerning Auburn. The only other speaker was the pastor of Auburn AME Zion. Asked the council to turn down a package store. If approved, would be the 3rd such store within 500 to 1,000 proximity feet of 2 churches. I spoke on postponing the $300,000 2-year city audit contract with Machen McChesney and concerns over the destructive Cherry Street development. At the Citizens Open Forum, I spoke about the quality experience I've had with the police, fire, sewer departments, park and recreation. Also, how the city council members allowed direct contact by me and listening to many of my concerns, even when they didn't agree. 10B to please postpone. I want to read the Auburn citizens' email that was addressed to Megan McGowan, our city manager, and carbon copied to Mayor Anders and all of the council. Dear council members, I'm asking that the Auburn City Council postpone item 10B2 under resolution on August 19, 2025, council agenda until first council meeting in September. The purpose is to get a better understanding of what the citizens receive for the $300,000 audit. Also, the finance director of Machen McChesney, informed the council and the citizens of Auburn the various kinds of audits that are available, their purpose, and where those audits fit into. Explain the process of how Machen McChesney has continued to receive the pleasure of performing the Auburn city audits for decades. Maybe a change is due in getting a better perspective on our city financials. Please take the audit statement by Machen McChesney that I have attached and show to your accountant or a friend that is an accountant to explain the value of the 2024 annual comprehensive financial report audit statement that is on page 25 through 28. I appreciate all that each of you do for the city of Auburn. Robert Wilkins and Auburn Citizen, Ward 5. I sent this email the past Sunday evening. I hope each of you council members asked your accountant or a friend accountant the value of the city audit. My opinion, in conjunction with 3 different CPAs that I presented the 2024 audit statement to them, it says it's worthless. The city of Auburn should go through the same quality state audits that each government and the state departments go through. Councilman Griswold has stated on numerous times that Auburn is unique and different from other cities. City of Auburn should take the leadership role that no other Alabama city has taken. Mayor Anders, you're the leader for the Big Ten, which is the top 10 largest Alabama cities. Show the other 9 cities that leadership is what it's all about. Conduct the city audit by the state of Alabama. We Auburn citizens believe in a real audit. We're not interested in a sugar-coated, make-believe full audit. Please, as a city member, do not sit there in your seats and tell me I'm wrong. Research and prove to me I'm wrong with facts, not your opinions. The records generated and maintained by the City of Auburn should be audited for financial and legal compliance by the State of Alabama Examiner of Public Accounts. Can we have a real audit? Please postpone.
Yes, I do have some comments about this one. Mr. Wilkins had asked us what the value of this agreement is. He also seemed to imply that the local accounting firm that we use doesn't really provide what he would consider a thorough audit. Could we have staff speak to that?
We'd love to. I will tell you that just a few quick things. We always, at a standard practice for governments like us, to use independent auditing agencies. We do not contract with the state. I'm sure they do a fine job, but they're also way backed up with things, and being backed up causes them to not be able to deliver audits in a timely fashion. If we don't deliver an audit in a timely fashion, we can't issue any debt. We're growing leaps and bounds, and it'd be very problematic for us if we cannot borrow funds to deal with infrastructure that is needed.
Yes, so I looked, and our 5-year average is about 550 hours. I mean, year to year, that can vary depending on what kind of GASB statements we have implemented, what new funds we have. So it depends, but the average is 550. We have a comprehensive list that we get, and we prepare over 100 items that they go through. They are with us from mid-November to the end of March through our audit report. They go through every single account. They look at any account variances. They do our notes to our annual financial report. They look at internal control. They review for fraud detection and prevention. Do we have procedures in place to keep us from having fraud upon us? We are ensuring compliance with federal funding requirements, generally accepted accounting and auditing standards, governmental accounting standards, compliance supplements, and implementation of any GASB standards that come up. So it's a lengthy list and a lot of hours that are put into our audit.
Would you consider that thorough?
I believe so, yes. I believe it's thorough.
Remind me,
Just ask our accounting staff when year end gets here. Yes.
remind me how many funds we have with the city that are required to be audited by the firm.
I think that Allison said the other day we have like 30 funds. So yes, it's a lot. Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, the city council independently each receive a letter from Machen requiring us to acknowledge the audit as well as an opportunity if we feel that something is not being handled in an appropriate manner, that is our time to directly speak to Machen and indicate that.
Yeah.
We've maintained a AA plus bond rating for how long?
Oh, geez, I don't know the number of years. It's been a very long time, and the challenge is one of the first things they ask for is our financials.
So
They come out of this audit.
So rating agencies like the S&P and Moody's,
Standard & Poor's and Moody's, yes.
they would see these comprehensive financial statements and our finances, and their opinion is that they're of high quality.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
Right, and we don't get the rating agencies that we get and lower interest rates if we don't have such an audit, or we can't get rated at all, as some people have run into. If you don't get your audit done, you don't get ratings and you can't issue debt.
Megan, audit by nature is independence, right? You by appearance and by fact, you want independent. There's no control given to Machen McChesney during the audit process. They're monitoring our controls.
Correct.
To ensure that we have the proper internal controls in place to certify that we, are in good financial condition. Is that an accurate
Correct.
statement?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
The other thing is, you notice that we tell you they're unaudited financials, because as you notice, our year-end balances change from the time we close the books until we actually get the audited financials. Because of their audit work, some things do get changed. It's not bad, it's where things were accounted for, they may get moved by the nature of their audit, which follows a very strict standard that they have to comply with.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes, sir.
So is it safe to say that Mr. Wilkins' recommendation to have the state conduct these audits, it would likely delay our overall audits and also put at risk our bond rating? Is it safe to say that?
Yes, that is correct.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
To thank you for your awesome leadership for the city of Auburn, as well as to ask your consideration not to approve the package store on Martin Luther King Drive. As we've been before you before to request that package and liquor stores not be within the proximity of the church for various reasons, as well as for this community. There are already 2 liquor stores in close proximity of the church. This, if approved, becomes the third liquor store. It is within 500 feet of one church and approximately 1,000 feet of Auburn AME Zion Church. Several of our leaders from the church are here tonight as we again oppose any liquor store by anybody. There are two already, which one was there before I became pastor, and the other was approved afterwards without us having an opportunity to speak to it. So we're here to ask that you would deny this approval. A letter has been sent to you outlining some of our reasons and oppositions to this liquor store. And we just simply ask that if we could look for other things to bring to our community besides a liquor store. Thank you very much.
Robert Wilkins, 261 Denson Drive. I originally didn't like this Cherry Street thing the first time when y'all voted for it. I think two of you didn't vote for it. The rest of you did. My concern is I go down Cherry Street, there are 4 duplexes, so eight families. And then you turn right on Birch Circle, which goes all the way around. I've done deliveries for all those areas. And I'm thinking this huge development that's going to be there, and it's right up against those people. I would hate to have owned a home on Birch Street as a single-family home, because I believe there's going to be a lot more noise, a lot more difficulties from that. And I just, you know, all it's been done with the 2030 plan is to basically, and I use terms, and I don't mean it totally, but I do, and it's like bulldozing it down all the way to, you know, all those streets, all those areas to have businesses. But all those homes that are on that other side are not going to, you know, eventually they'll just sell their homes. They will rent their homes, and then when that doesn't work, then they'll sell. And I believe in developers. I know a lot of times I talk about developments. I believe in it. I just don't believe in the way it's done sometimes. I can give you an example of the development on Farmville. There was a lot more space there, was a lot more open, and y'all voted it down unanimously because so many people showed up. Nobody hardly showed up for the Cherry Street, so it's fine to do that. I just hope that, and I know it's too late to do nothing there, but I just believe that it was the wrong thing to have done on Cherry Street, because you're destroying our community. I talked a lot about short-term rentals. Well, short-term rentals, we never did anything as bad as just one development could do over time, and I think it's just horrible that you know, it's done this way. But hey, I'm just totally for or against it. Not for, but against.
I would like to clarify, there's no business that is adjoining the back of the property, correct?
Not the back of the property, that's where the townhomes are.
Those are townhomes? Yes.
Yeah. The townhomes for this development are toward the back of the property along the Glen Avenue frontage. You do have one, kind of where the driveway comes out on Cherry Street, correct? You do have an adjacent residence.
Yeah, that's correct. So the restaurant kind of goes into the back of it. I guess that's on the west side of it, but I guess it's a rectangle, and I guess the western side of that rectangle is kind of where the office and the restaurants are.
Yeah, you have a drawing in your packet. The red outline building is where the event center is going to go along Glen Avenue, and then the restaurant parcel is closer to Cherry Street, but at the front.
I do have one more comment. Mr. Wilkins seemed to be discouraged that no one came to speak against the Cherry Street development when it first came up. I spoke to multiple residents in this area, all of which were extremely excited about the possibility of having at the time, a brewery and a restaurant that was in walking distance of their homes. I showed the development pictures and layouts to multiple people. I received nothing but positive feedback on that. I was looking for negative comments. I was looking for people that had an issue with it so that we could try and address those issues. There were none. No one addressed me at the time. I believe that one reason, Mr. Wilkins, that no one that no one came and spoke at the time was because the majority of Auburn citizens did not have a problem with this development. I'll be supporting it.
Anyone else have a comment, question, thought?
Question, so buildings 3 and 4, I'm sorry, 2 and 3, in the back part, will be townhomes. The ones that back up to the existing homes on Birch Circle.
Yeah, that's correct.
Correct.
Okay, all right.
Auburn, the city that we all love. Last month, my wife and I marked 10 years in Auburn. She grew up in Auburn. My experience has been wonderful, except for the discriminatory ordinance 3288 short-term rental that was passed on March 16th, 2021 by the STR5. The police department is excellent, even though I've received 2 tickets in my 10 years. Unfortunately, both were deserved. I once had a SUV battery dead and had an officer off duty volunteer to jump my vehicle while he was with his family in downtown Auburn on a Sunday. The paramedics from the fire department have responded to 2 different 911 calls in my home concerning my wife, what caring and professional individuals they are. I've even delivered Uber Eats to a few of the fire department personnel with such a kind attitude. I want to thank the city council, city manager, city staff, and all the city council members that have taken my calls, met with me, responded to my emails, except for the mayor doesn't want to do that. I had an issue with my sewer, and the sewer department personnel were understanding, came quickly and worked on the issue while putting back my yard. I joined Lake Wilmore Recreational Center about a month ago and could not be asked for better front desk personnel or lifeguard at the pool. Even the maintenance staff are so polite. I have attended the 3 budget workshops, with the 4th budget workshop being Thursday from 3 to 5. Everyone should attend. I felt left out without having a full house of Auburn citizens soaking up the knowledge. The budgeted workshop has been excellent. Our city manager, Megan, and the department heads have done superb. A presentation on the city of Auburn on the present and future plans. I have learned we have 669 full-time employees, 3 regular part-time employees, and 341, I assume it's like seasonal part-time. There's at least 63 staff members that are a part of what I refer to as the E100, employees that make over $100,000 per year. But Auburn should not be feel alone. The largest city in Alabama, Huntsville, with over 2,700 full-time employees, have 243 employees in the E100 group. We citizens pay for these extreme salaries of employees in our cities, counties, states, and federal governments with cost of living raise, merit raises, and many other raises. I will give my version of the budget workshop at the next council meeting. It was interesting. Thomas Jefferson said, "I predict future happiness for Americans if they can prevent the government from wasting the labors of the people under the pretense of taking care of them." Citizens question. Cindy asked, "I'm not sure why some of the council members, especially Councilman Adams, was so direct in his feelings about the Cherry Street development towards you." Well, Cindy, I feel that the Councilman Adams overstepped his bounds in his position as an Auburn councilman, but I have no problem with it at all. Please make comments or become a guest speaker on Citizens Minutes by going to nextdoor.com or youtube.com. Your counsel is only as good as the information that you gather. Goodbye.